to go out there and see not a bit of life. I take that like I did something, I failed them. I know I didn't. I did all the things. That we've never had a winter this bad. I mean, last year was bad, and I thought I had done extra to winterize them, but I still failed, and it feels awful. Anyway, there's a neighbor down the road about a mile, and they have a huge apiary, and at least at any given time 7 hives going. Maybe this will sound terrible. I hope it doesn't, but I hope you understand. I needed to know if I did something wrong. So I went down to see, are their hives okay? Was it something I did? So I went and I looked. It was awful. All of their hives were gone. I can only imagine the devastation of losing that many, because I lost 2 and I cried. So the winter was ridiculous. I called any friend in this area who has bees. None of us had bees that made it through. I thought about giving up, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's just not that hard to buy honey. But I didn't want to give up. It's not who I am. So I ordered the bees, and I ordered a new type of hive. I ordered a top bar hive. So we're going to do 2 different types of hives. We're going to do 1 top bar hive, and we're going to do 1 Langstroth, and just compare, see how they do. From what I understand, the top bar hives do better through the winter. I've never worked with one before, so we're about to find out together how this works. I hope I don't screw it up. Off to get bees. I'm on my way to go pick up our bees. I ordered 2 packages of bees. They are 3 pounds each. Each has a queen. I ordered 2. So I'm waiting at the ferry. So I'm on my way back with the bees. The bees are supposed to be contained in the thing that the man sold them to me in. And yet I'm in my car and bees start floating around my head. Do you see bees? I see bees. Are they supposed to be on the window of my car? They are not. Lord have mercy. See? Look at that. Now, should he be wandering about? She be wandering about? No. It is what it is. These are Italian honeybees, so they're not aggressive. I drove back from Williamsburg with bees all over me, and I haven't been stung once. If these were the Russian honeybees that I had before, I would have been eaten alive. So we got the bees. Here's hive 1, or colony 1, and there's colony 2. This is a Langstroth style hive, so we're going to be moving this one into our old bee boxes. This is a traditional style bee situation, but then we decided to compare, and this is called a top bar hive. Let's see if I can get out here a little bit. And so it's very, very different. And instead of being on frames, the bees actually make their own attached to these bars. Completely different from what we know. This was made by the Amish. I'll give you all the information from the company that made it for us. It's very thick. It's 2 inches thick, as opposed to the 1 inch that may have been the cause of the catastrophe that we had with our bees. We had a severe winter and our bees did not survive. But not only did our bees not survive, no one we know in this area who has bees for years and years, no one's bees survived. So I wanted to make sure that we did a better job. And so we ordered this. It claims that it is because of its 2-inch thickness, that what it'll do is make sure that in the summer it remains cooler and in the winter it remains warmer. And so this should stop that issue. I guess we'll find out. We're going to start setting this up and I'll show you. If you look closely at the door, they're already going in. They know where their queen is. They've been with her for a few days. I'm not even wearing a bee suit. These are Italian honeybees, and I never have trouble with them. Should I be wearing a bee suit? Of course. Do I usually wear a bee suit when I'm handling bees? I don't. I'm a menopausal woman. I die of heat stroke in those things. I'd rather be stung, to be honest with you. Go away. But they have a food source that they recognize, and they have a bee whose pheromones they've been living with for the past few days. I'm waiting for them to just kind of establish that they're all going to go in there before I open up the other hive. I don't want them to get mixed up. So, and that was because, frankly, the reason there's so many bees flying all over the place right now is because I moved too slowly. I have a back issue, so I do everything slowly. But, I mean, if it were the Russian honeybees, I would have made it my business to work faster, because I was stung 21 times dealing with them a few years ago. I will never have Russian honeybees again. I don't care if they give them to me for free. I don't care if they give them to me with a check for $5 million. Never again. I'm standing here, they're walking on me, and I'm just chatting with you guys, and I'm not wearing any protection. I'm not uncomfortable. And I think they might also be able to sense that I'm obviously not afraid of them. Italian honeybees are delightful. I mean, if I did something obnoxious, I'm sure they would sting me. That is their job. But the reality is they are currently, I mean, obviously pretty upset. I just agitated the whole universe for them. But this is how I set up the old-fashioned style hive, which is a Langstroth. Now, what you saw me do was I hung the queen in there. I took the cork out so they can get the bee candy to let her out. I put her right in the middle, and I left one of the trays out so that they can, move around and make sure there's no confusion as to where she is. I poured the bees, and there's quite a few rows of the trays where the bees are, and they're going to find their way. And the ones who have the job of opening up and letting her out will do it. And what's really fun is the day after you install bees, the next morning, it's like they send up this GPS service, and this specialized group of bees come out and try to establish, where are we? Is this where we live? Where's our food source? Where's water? Where's whatever? So, as always, well, you wouldn't know. I say that like you wouldn't know. Perhaps you've been raising bees your whole life and you're laughing your ass off right now. But I will get water out for them, and there's some specific ways to do that. You can't just put water out because they'll drown. It has to be shallow water, and little stones, little river rocks that I put in it so they can stand on there and drink. But I don't just put it near them. I also put it all around the property, because they don't stay right up where they live. They go pretty far. Bees can go up to 2 miles to scope out food and do their thing. So, but I make sure, at least at first, I have water available to them. Right now they have a whole can of food. They are loaded. That can was full. So I actually have more being made right now, and I didn't need it. I didn't know how much was in there. I didn't want to take a risk. One of the things you can do is actually spray the sugar water on the bees, and that helps calm them down. I don't do that. I never have. We get ants so readily around here that the last thing I want to do is, after I transfer them and they've been through living in a box and driving around in my car and being on a ferry and all the things, next thing you know, they have to deal with ants trying to deal with the sugar water spray that is left over. And we have such aggressive bees here in Southern Virginia that I actually rather deal with bees that are a little flustered than the never-ending battle of ants. And we don't use any chemicals on this property, so it is really a battle. So I'm gonna let these bees calm down, and when they settle in and have established that they know where they're going, I will start on the other hive, which is our top bar hive. Let's lift you up. Right there. Now, I've never done this one before, so this will be fun. If I manage to make a mess of this, the one I have done, can't wait till you see what I do with this one. Ha ha ha. me, dude. That wasn't so bad. I got one sting on that one. Now everybody will settle in. You see, you can't get all the bees out of the package. So I have them set to where the doors are, the little entranceways are. And they will be able to tell by the pheromone of their queen where to go. So I just set them there, and by tomorrow morning, all this chaos will be quieted down, and only our little GPS finders will be running amok, while the rest of them, I guess, settle in and pick paint colors for the new house. Efficiently, they figured out what needs to be done. I don't know which one of them found the door, but they did, and they communicated to the others. Now, I mean, there's a lot of flying around and holy crap going on right now, but, I mean, can you blame them? But somehow they still know, all right, we're moving in here. This is going to be our joint. You know, and they're yelling at that one person that's always a slob and messes up the place. Not this time, Tommy. So it's been about 3 hours. I came to see if things have settled down a bit here at the hives. Now, remember, these were full. They are empty. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. All the bees are gone from there. And if you look closely at their entrance, look how vintage that looks. That's a nice way of saying old and crappy, but give me a break. They're just in there doing their thing. This hive was done last, and it was one I've not done before, but there they are. They found the entrance, and they're just in there doing their thing. I opened it when I went to put food in. They are using it as they're supposed to, which I was pretty impressed by. I don't know why. They know what they're doing. I'm the one who doesn't. I'll show you the other side. And I'm not sure if there's supposed to be quite this much activity out here. I'm unsure. So I'm waiting for the sun to start to go down so I can tell, because that's when I can tell. They'll know when it's time to go inside. So are they just exploring? Are they still mad at me? What are we doing? But there's a lot of activity here. And the hive is only on from here over. The other half is empty. That's going to be for a second colony. So I'm not sure what they're doing over there. But when the sun starts to go down and it's time for them to settle in for the night, we'll have a better idea of what's going on. Somebody just took the sun away. Hey, there's paper on the ground. All right, I got to pick up some paper. So, here we are, the next day. And it's just quiet. All that chaos is gone. See the difference? If we would go zoom in over here, that's the entrance to that top bar hive. It's a little bit of activity there. A few of them popped out just to see who was nearby. You know, I'm standing here talking and there was no activity here a minute ago. But they're not doing, I mean, one of them was walking on me, but that's about it. They're being super sweet. There is no loud screaming, buzzing, no smell of bananas, none of that craziness. Just nice, calm bee area. Now you see that we have the area, we have it all cordoned off. We have mulch down so we don't have to bring the mowers right close. That's important. You know, if you try not to mow, you'll see that behind here we've got all our trees and stuff. We do not trim this area back here. We don't want to bother the bees. They don't enjoy it. The vibration makes them crazy. And, you know, I want them to thrive. So we put them in a part of the yard that is not, it's not an issue letting it get a little, naturey. because we don't want to drive them up a wall. The top bar hive, I think, is going to really be a pleasure for my back. These hives here, the Langstroth hives, when they're full of honey, they're remarkably heavy, like 60 pounds. And it is not pleasant. I mean, you want that honey so badly, but it snaps your back into 150 pieces. It just starts to feel like it's not worth it. This type of hive here, the top bar, there is none of that crazy lifting. So I'm hoping that that really does help. The people I got it from are lovely. They're in Austin, Texas, I believe. Her name is Natalie. You know what? No relation. I paid for everything myself. But I'll leave all the information below if you're interested. They ship throughout the United States. This hive, all you had to do was attach the legs when it arrived. It comes built. It's built by the Amish. It's 2 inches thick. And the cost delivered was $450. So you don't have to wonder about it. There you go. It's $450, excuse me. And it took only a few minutes to attach the legs. And it's great. So far, so good. We'll find out, because if we have another winter like the last one, the bees aren't going to be the only ones that just want to throw themselves in traffic, I'll tell you. That was awful. Anyway, welcome home, bees. Please don't die. Seriously, please don't.